Are you struggling to get work orders? Too much competition on your server for what you can do? Well, PvP Gear Crafting is here to save you. The demand for PvP gear is through the roof. Not only that these aren't Spark items, so you're not waiting on weeklies for people to need the craft, there is not a single PvPer who is not going to need multiple of these items. And because of the price of these patterns, it's a market a lot of players are scared to enter, meaning your competition is a little less competitive. But you don't need to buy all the PvP patterns. Later in the video, I'll show you a site to do some market research, and you'll discover you only really need to focus on a few patterns. That not only brings your cost down, it also lowers the amount of knowledge points you'll need. For the builds, we're not as focused on tips we'll get, we're focusing on resourcefulness procs. Just look at this sword here. Every single warrior, death knight and paladin that PvPs is going to make this weapon. Every single one, because they need the embellishment that you cannot get on the conquest weapon. The potential customer base is huge. If you look at the cost of the alloys on this thing, we got 4k for the charged alloys, 2.6k for the core alloys. You could easily get a resourcefulness proc worth 20k off these. If you do that 5 times a day, that's 100k profit. And you think the sword is good, come and have a look at these dual crafting patterns. You get a resourcefulness proc on this, that's 13,000. The ring is the same thing, 13,000. That's not to mention the null stone that's currently gone for 5,000. The resourcefulness procs from these are insane. If you're doing gear crafting right now, you need to be doing the PvP crafts. After you're able to guarantee the craft of a specific item you're making, you want to move straight to the resourcefulness skills. This is so we can capitalize on the high crafting cost these items have. So for blacksmithing, we're going into Ever-Burning Forge and then into Discerning Discipline. For scribes, you go to Pursuit of Knowledge and then into Detail Orientated. Leatherworking has a tree too. It's Learn Leatherworker 5 points and then Waste Not 30 out of 30. And lastly, tailoring, we go Textile Treasures straight into Extra Threads. So how do we know what crafts players are going to want? Okay, that's where our market research comes in. Here at this website, Murloc.io, it shows the top 50 current ranked players of each spec in the different brackets for PvP. This site is basically the BIS list from Wowhead for PvPers. I'll do one demonstration on how to find this information, and then I'll do the legwork for you and just show you the results. So we're going to come to Death Knights. Everyone's playing Unholy. And we just scroll down here until we find embellishments. So as we can see here, all the Death Knights want the weapon and all the Death Knights want the boots. So if you are a blacksmith, focus on the boots. Okay, finish with the legwork. Basically, if you can craft a PvP weapon, you craft that. So I believe that's just scribes and blacksmiths. Alright, next for the armor crafts. Blacksmiths, you want to be focusing on the boots and the gloves. For leatherworking, if you're doing male leatherworking, you want to be focusing on the boots again, belt and braces. If you're focusing on leather, you want to do the boots, the helm and the braces. If you're a tailor, you want to be focusing on the belts and the boots. And for dual crafters, just focus on rings and necks. You guys are going to be laughing to the bank. Bloodstones is selling for like 13k right now. Every single time you get a resourcefulness proc. If you're focusing on work orders as a dual crafter and you're not crafting PvP gear, you're losing out on mass profit. Lastly, once you've set this up, Blizzard have stated that these patterns are evergreen. So every single season we get, you're going to be able to rake in the profit. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace.